Hi, I'm Morgan,
I'm Jerry Lynn.
and we're starting a podcast.
It's called Everyone and Their Mom.
Go follow us on our Instagram page and our Spotify. Hey guys, have you heard of Anchor by Spotify? If you haven't, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Everything you need all in one place. Anchor has the tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need all in one. And best of all, it's totally free. How great is that? Download your Anchor app and go to anchor.fm and get started. We'll be talking all things co-parenting, blended families, and relationships. Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm mom.
I'm Jerry Lynn. I'm the stepmom.
And this is Everyone and Their Mom.
Today we're going to talk about how we met and how we got here.
So, we met at McDonald's and and the reason why is because she started dating my ex-wife, and we have kids together, and we had like a rule that when someone comes in our kids' lives that we need to meet them first and make sure everything's a-okay. And our rule was actually like a certain amount of time or whatever, but she was really adamant on me meeting Jerry Lynn, and I was like, okay, well, let me meet her. And we went to meet at a McDonald's that had a playground, and we let the kids play while we talked, and I had my boyfriend there as well, and he did meet the kids, but that's a whole nother story, but like not really was like allowed to like be around the kids yet. It wasn't like time. And so we just decided to do it all in the same day. And I feel like I'm just going on and on.
So it was kind of like our first time of all of us, like first time being together.
Yeah. And really, we kind of were like really awkward. So I'm not even going to lie.
We kind of just sat there and stared at each other.
Yeah, like, yeah, so this is the kids and this is us. And then it kind of went from there. I mean, it definitely, we had our hard times in the beginning. Like, we
definitely didn't leave there on the best of terms at all.
No. And we kind of just, the kids went with them and stayed with them that week. And I was kind of like, oh my God, there's a new girl around my kids. And I was freaking out, stressing my boyfriend out. And he was like, it's okay. Like, it's going to be fine. And I don't know what was going on in there. Like, what was going on in your head?
I mean, it's also super weird. I mean, after meeting someone for the first time and then being around their kids, you're obviously like
on your toes.
Very much on your toes. Just kind of like watching what you say, like what you do. Just, I mean, honestly, it was like very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
You don't want to say the wrong thing, so you're like,
yeah,
just there.
Yeah, the kid doesn't come back and be like, so and so said, and that was happening. That was definitely happening. Like the kids would just, I think they like, because they knew what wasn't supposed to be or whatever, and they would purposely like try to come back and be like, so and so said this about you or whatever.
I mean, it was also a thing though that obviously Jessica didn't make it very known that we were together at the time either.
Yeah, that was very weird. And like, should we or no? So in all honesty, sorry, I had to mouth something to Jerry Lynn, but in all honesty, we weren't completely like divorced yet, but we were separated, and what was stopping us was financial reasons. Divorce is very expensive, and if you're listening to this, you most likely know that. But we weren't able to go through the process yet, and because we didn't agree upon things. But when we did end up divorcing, we did agree upon everything, and it made it a lot cheaper. And at the time, she wasn't being like completely like 100% like telling me like what was going on. So that in lies a problem. Like, you have to be honest with the person that you're co-parenting with. You have to be upfront, because if you're not, and there's been times I'm not like sitting here trying to blame Jessica for, there's been times where I have not been completely honest with her that have nothing to do with you, but like, just, you've got to be honest. That's like 100% number one rule. And
I mean, even with me coming in myself, though, I knew that there wasn't honesty on her side either. Like, at the time, like, I was moving in basically, and that was not known. So of course that can't be.
Yeah,
I mean, that can't like really be healthy at all.
I was literally just told you were coming in because your floors were being redone and you needed a place to stay for a week. So I was like, okay, so she's not living there. In my head, you're not living there. And that's also like was really fast. Like, you already, we had like a 6-month rule, and theirs was more like a 2 months. And my boyfriend at the time, it had already been 8 months into our relationship, or 9 even. I don't know. It was very far into our relationship. And she was very like hateful to him in the beginning. And I think that was just more so like, it happens, like just letting go of, your relationship and, us being together and like it being normal and, having to do something new or whatever. And she was having a hard time with letting that go. And I think that also Jerry Lynn's like feelings towards me or whatever, that didn't help, because she could feel Jesse being that way. And
I don't know if it's just me but coming into a relationship knowing that she's going through a divorce type thing, you obviously feel something towards that other person. Like, I obviously felt something like towards you, like not that you did anything to me yet. It was just very, I guess, insecure in a way, of course. And then just, I didn't feel comfortable with the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, it was a very weird situation to be in. Like, even for us or whatever, like we knew what was going on. Like, we knew that we haven't been like that in a long time, but like from an outside looking, and Patrick kind of like he came in and he already got to see that, but like you were just coming into it. And so it was a little different, and you are just starting out and seeing that, like trying to learn that we're not in love and we have no attraction to each other. And yes, we're still married, but it doesn't mean like we're,
I think just understanding that there was a divorce happening was just very hard for me to like grasp the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was rough.
And they take a long time. Like, we were wrong for even doing it the way that we did it. But I mean, we didn't know how. We didn't have the money. We didn't know what to do or whatever. And it was just kind of like we were stuck in this little rut. But and I don't mean rut like in that way. Wise. Yeah, I just meant rut like how to do it, how to get out of the situation that we're in.
And I think now, like, I obviously see that like that's a process. That just doesn't happen overnight.
No. And I hear about people spending $20,000+ on divorce, and I'm like, how did you do? Like, you taking out loans on divorces? Like, it's $90 to get married in Georgia, and then you're over here like
literally spending thousands on. No.
Yeah, it's crazy. But and actually, I think it's cheaper now to get married in Georgia. But and that's where we're from, by the way. Well, actually, she's from Florida, but that's not that far from here.
No, not at all. Basically the same thing.
But we did end up, obviously, we got a divorce, and they're married now. It was a whole process of that, and then they're having a baby, and
yay!
Yep, she'll be here in January. I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Sorry.
It's here. I'm ready.
Yeah, I bet you are. But yeah, so there was the divorce part of it, and that's where us feeling like any sort of feelings towards it. And I was just more like, I'm very like I have no problems being friends with anybody. Like, I'm not judgmental. Like, I just wanted everything to be okay. My problems with Jerry Lynn weren't actually even with Jerry Lynn, and I would even say that to her. It was actually Jessica, because she wasn't telling the truth, and I think she thought like I was going to react a certain way. But honestly, if you're honest with me, I am so easygoing. Like, I just need to know what's actually going on, because I'm pretty cool about,
And now that I
whatever.
know that, I mean, I didn't take things like in the right, like I didn't come to Morgan about things either. Like, I kind of just went to Jessica and was not really reasonable with it at all. Like,
Mhm.
at all. I kind of just assumed you were, I don't know,
this crazy ex.
I really did. I thought that she was like this crazy person, and it was like all out of reasoning that it wasn't even in.
Yeah.
So like I would do things, and obviously like you guys don't know me, but my facial expressions are absolutely awful.
Yeah, she has like a deathly bitch face.
It's really bad, but I've been working on it. But
you could be killed by her eyes.
When Morgan would come around, I would kind of just like, I don't know, I'd feel super weird. So obviously I would like not do like things to be like shysty or whatever, but I would.
It was just more like attitude related.
Yeah, that,
like
really.
Like eye rolling and.
I mean, kind of just like stare. Like I would not say hi or really like engage in conversation at all.
We made a joke last night. I came over and cleaned her house last week.
Oh
no. Pregnancy gets you down sometimes or whatever. And I was like, I'll come help you clean your house. And she made a joke last night and was like, you used to not be able to come and sweep the floor in the house. I swept a pile on the floor, and she got so upset.
I made the biggest deal over it. I was like, why is your ex-wife coming in here sweeping our floor? Like, no, that's not happening. Like, I made the biggest deal over it. And then now she's like coming to clean my house, and it's normal. But
yeah, definitely some growth there. That's good. But I mean, yeah, so obviously there was like a lot of, it was not easy to get here. We had to come to an understanding with each other that had nothing to do with Jesse. And we decided, Jerry Lynn texted me one day and was like, hey, so, it's not you or anything, but like I need to express how I feel. Let's go to lunch. And we went to lunch, and from there on out, and that was, almost a year ago now, we've been in each other's lives. Like, let me put a little bit time frame into it, but 2 years, almost. And then that was about a year ago now. And, we do everything from birthday parties, holidays, sports teams. We're all there. We are a huge pack of family. Like,
even now though, now that we have talked and it's been a year or however, even if there is something bothering us, I mean, we definitely still go to each other.
Yeah, over going to the other. Okay, well, I do want to like kind of explain like how big our family is and like who everybody is in the first episode, so we don't have to, do that in another one. But so Jessica, we'll probably bring her on at some point. That'd be cool. So she's.
We'll get there.
She's my ex-wife, and she's Jerry Lynn's current wife. And we have Spencer and Quinn. Those are our kids. And then they have their child on the way in January. And Jesse has a pretty big family.
Oh, man.
It's big.
It's really big. Coming from a family that
just has a couple of people.
Yeah, it's super small for
too.
me. So coming into Jessica's life, and it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, our family get-togethers are crazy. We have to make sure we have a big enough place for everybody to stay. And it gets loud. They're Puerto Rican. There's a lot of music involved and dancing and drinking, and it's fun. We play games. We have fun. I'm not saying it's always fun, but it's fun. And then my boyfriend, his name is Patrick, and he has his own little weird family dynamic. But who else do I want to explain? And then that's really it.
I mean, that's
honestly, that's our blended family, really. And then I did want to talk about how we decided to start this podcast. It was kind of a joke.
It was really totally. I mean, I'm not going to say totally a joke, but I follow this. I follow people on TikTok, of course, and I like literally send Morgan videos all the time about like co-parenting because it's so funny. I even have people like my friends tag me in stuff about like healthy co-parenting, and I think it's funny because they're literally parents themselves and they can't even like get here. But it's funny that they tag me and stuff like that. So I sent it to Morgan one day and I was like, we could actually do something with this.
Yeah.
And literally within, I'm going to say like a day, I'm not even joking, a day, Morgan was like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Are you serious? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then what is this, a week later?
Yeah. I have to make sure you're serious because like when something gets in my head and this ball starts rolling in my head, it's on the table. Like it's all out. Like,
yeah, it was, here we are. I literally said something maybe a week ago, but that's pretty much how this started.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. And I mean, we don't have a reason behind our name. I did get asked that, but like we just, it's a cool name. Literally, we're so big of a family. Like, it's just like literally everyone and their mom. And I feel like it's a cute blended family name.
Literally.
And, we have a lot of mommies in this situation, obviously coming from like a gay community, but, and that's exciting and all. And the kids, they're very special because they got a bunch of moms to come to and run to.
It's great.
Yeah. It's really funny when they explain it to their teachers and stuff, like, and they're just like, they have to list the whole family. My mom, my stepmom, my mom.
I love it when they come home with things and they're like, like just like family the other day, literally she was like, my teacher sent this to, and she started naming all of us. And I was like,
yeah, one
it.
Of y'all.
I love it.
She sent this to somebody. But yeah, I mean, we plan to, in the future, talk about more into depth with co-parenting and blended families and how we do this. And just, go more in depth with that. But, and I just want you guys to understand, like, this is, our experience. It's not everybody's experience. We know that everybody else has, different situations that, sometimes you're co-parenting with a narcissist and you can't do it, but like, and I read a lot about that and it's very sad. And, I hope that
okay. Podcast.
I hope that our podcast would, help you get some advice and stuff like that, or just even come and listen and have like a laugh. Cause we get pretty stupid, but
it does get interesting. There's some stories.
Yeah. And we that is the third time in a row.
All right.
Okay. Well, we definitely have story time for you guys. And, well, we're going to end it here, but, we plan to have a lot of fun and we will see you next time.